So, once again, welcome to Behind the Screen. This is Season 5. Season 2 is Scion, Origin. Season 3 is Chronicles of Darkness, just Blue Book Mortal. Season 4 is on my own channel. It's for my Patreon development for D&D 5e OGL stuff. And then this is Season 5, Scion Hero. This is a direct follow-up to my Scion Origin series, which you can watch on my YouTube channel, which is just youtube.com, use a Comrade Bubbles or something like that. I don't know the URL. Just type Comrade Bubbles into YouTube, it's fine. There are like odd episodes up on the Onyx Path YouTube channel, but the series is up in its entirety on my channel. Whenever I have the actual time to finish my second run through of the adventure that I wrote there and update that on Storypath Nexus, there is a link to the playlist in that document as well. I think I forgot it in the first V1.0. I just haven't had time in 3 months to go through and update it. Why is the world so busy? Why are there only 24 hours in a day? Why do I need sleep? All of that. But this is as you can see to my right. Here we go. Content creation stream. Feel free to ask anything you can think of regarding playing, running Onyx Path role-playing games, or just kind of creating adventures in general. I am not official representative of Onyx Path, merely a fan they've given this platform to. As such, obviously, all my views are my own. My opinions do not reflect those of Onyx Path, etc., etc. I am disabled. I do experience muscle spasms in various muscle groups, and on occasion they can affect the muscles of my jaw and throat, which does mean sometimes I stutter and I do experience slurred speech. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hasn't happened yet, but if it does happen to a severe degree or extent, I know it can be disquieting to see, so I do apologise about that. And I do also struggle with multiple trains of thought, so if I'm going on following an idea to its conclusion, I will try to acknowledge that I've seen your point. I will finish what I'm talking about, and then I will return to your point. Also, it's really high pressure at the minute. I'm struggling to breathe. I do apologise about that. Hopefully the pressure changes and we have a storm later. That'll be super cool. Okay, so standard starter show bump. If you want kind of project updates or news about how Onyx Path projects, news about general Onyx Path stuff, highly recommend checking out the Monday meeting notes. I'll drop the link at the end of the stream as well for people who join after I post it in chat, but can still see it in the chat box. This week's Monday meeting notes is mostly about the upcoming Kickstarter for They Came From Beyond the Grave. It's equal to They Came From Beyond the Sea, but emulating 60s, 70s horror movies instead of, is it 50s, 60s sci-fi, I think it is, for Beyond the Sea. That Kickstarter goes live today at 2 p.m. EDT, which is about 3 hours after this stream ends. So if you are interested and you are a subscriber to the channel and are watching this in the 3-hour period between this stream ending and the Kickstarter going live, because, reminder, you have to subscribe to the channel, whether Twitch Prime, which is free if you have an Amazon Prime account, or $4.99 plus for tier 1, 2, and 3 subscription tiers. You can watch the videos for a week before they are released kind of to the general public, so to speak. So if you're watching in that 3-hour grace period, 2 p.m. EDT is when the Kickstarter goes live, basically. Grave focuses on the tropes and themes of horror films and TV shows that came out throughout the 60s and into the 70s, because so many of them are also based in the sort of Victorian era. We have rules for that in there too. Definitely my wheelhouse, up my street, so to speak. If only I weren't so poor. But do check it out if you are interested in that. Some art previews. Also, this of note from the Monday meeting notes. This week, there will be 2 Realms of Pugmire PDFs going on sale. Pirates of Pugmire will be available PDF and POD on Wednesday. Pirates and Pugmire. And also Buried Bones, which is similar to the Scion Companion, but which is what I'll be using mostly today, but is a document about creating stuff for the realms of Pugmire. It's not attached to any Kickstarter, and it contains a lot of Eddie Webb's thoughts on Pugmire and the Monarchy, some background info, and info on how to create adventures for the setting. So if you are interested in content creation, and if you're watching this stream, presumably you are to some degree, although obviously this goes up on Storypath Nexus, not Canis Minor, or Canis Minor, Latin. Definitely check it out if you're interested in content creation, specifically for Pugmire, although there'll probably be some kind of cross-discipline links there that you can apply to anything. I personally don't create for Pugmire. Lack of time, mostly, but I might check it out anyway. There's also some sweet Titanomachy art. So yes, what else to highlight in the Monday meeting notes? I guess obviously that's where you can find the Twitch schedule, although you can see that in the post and the pre-roll and the offline screen. There's, as usual, links to all the actual plays that have gone up on the channel and various other channels. And scroll all the way down to the bottom as usual, and there are project updates. Now, I want to draw your attention to a very exciting one for this show in particular. In that Scion Titanomachy's in layout, which is pretty hype. Everything else is still in art direction, unfortunately. But Titanomachy makes that slow progress towards Kickstarter and eventually release, hopefully. Well, I assume it's going to hit Kickstarter and not just be straight to release, but there we go. What else is exciting this week? There's lots of stuff at press, although obviously COVID-19 slowed everything down. But Dark Eras 2 is at press, both the book and the storyteller screen. Contagion Chronicle, which is pretty hype. I've looked through it, and also the Scarred Lands Creature Collection. The press proof has been signed off on. Very good collection of creatures for the Scarred Lands and OGL in general. Oh, also the signed companion print on demand proof's been ordered, so that's pretty hype. There is also a new Scion book been announced. Where is it? No Gods, No Masters or something? Yes, no Gods, No Masters in first draft. Who knows what that's about? Just been announced, but hopefully it's pretty hype. Probably is. That's everything I can think of for the Monday meeting notes today. Again, I will drop the link at the end of the show for anyone who wants it. Okay, so recap. So, as previously mentioned, Season 2 of this show was a Scion origin adventure I called A Rude Awakening. It was designed as an introductory adventure for people new to both Scion, the Storypath system, and role-playing in general. And having run it for people who had no idea about Scion or the Storypath system, I feel it did that pretty well. This is, as you can see, an adventure called Eyes Wide Open. It is a direct follow-up. It will feature the same pre-generated characters. They will just be bumped up to hero tier. I will be making them fresh. I will not be converting them, just to demonstrate how the character creation in hero works. If I look down, by the way, that's because my chat is now below the webcam considerably. I've rearranged my layout on my desk to try and help with my posture. So if I'm looking down, that's where my chat is, and also where my capture software is to check that everything's going fine. So if there are problems that I haven't picked up on, please do let me know in chat. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yes, this is an adventure called Eyes Wide Open for Scion Hero. It features the same characters. It is a direct follow-up to A Rude Awakening. However, it will be the same in that you could just slot it into your own chronicle wherever you want. It will build upon plot threads teased and revealed in A Rude Awakening, including an unknown Pantheon making its move to be like, hey, we're here, you can worship us if you wish. God, that pressure is really starting to affect me. So largely my general principle of have no more than 3 scenes for an intro scene doesn't really apply, because this isn't an introductory game in the same way. Obviously, Scion only has 3 kinds of scene anyway: action, adventure, procedural, and intrigue, and this is going to hopefully tie those all together. Probably going to have more than 3 scenes, but we're not actually at that point yet. What we are doing is, as you can see, we are still creating the Inkborn. I decided to do this entirely on stream just so that you could all see the process behind different god creation, how I create different gods, why they have callings and purviews, why they have the callings and purviews I've assigned to them, and kind of the amount of thought that you can put into Pantheon creation, not that you have to, or that you could put more in. I am aware that my creative process is, for some people, reasonably lackadaisical. I don't really plan anything in advance. Obviously, I've given them all names. That's to provide structure. Largely, I create by the seat of my pants, so to speak. It's the same way I GM or storytell if I'm not using a published adventure. It's the same way that I write fiction and poetry. I have found, and obviously this is completely different for everyone, but this is a behind-the-screen view of how you can prepare for games and write out content. I have found that for me personally, planning a lot of stuff does not work. I feel constrained and stifled by my own plan. So I don't. I have abandoned that. I generally... Oh, wow, that really did mess up. 1 second. I had some problems with my overlay. And I thought I'd fixed them, but apparently they have not been fixed. Hang on, let me fix that. 1 second. There we go. That really was just an overlay glitch. Cool. What was I saying? Yes, I don't plan. That's not to say I don't have a direction in mind for all of this. I do. I promise. I'm not just making this up as I go along, although obviously that's all narration is when providing commentary for projects like this. But the content itself does have some degree of, not structure per se, but founding. There is a foundation to it, which is what this entire opening section is. So last time, 2 weeks ago, because reminder, this is a fortnightly or bi-weekly stream if you prefer, we started creating the Inkborn. So the Inkborn this is the design note for anyone who's buying the document or curious. The Inkborn are a non-mythical pantheon of literary archetypes. As such, they have no creation myth, and any stories with Inkborn science could focus on themes of finding oneself, the power of obscurity, or the struggle to be recognized for your own merits. They do, however, have their own underworld and a handful of terra incognitae. The Inkborn are, as it says, literary archetypes. It reminds me, I need to pull up that list of public domain characters. Now, did I bookmark it? I did not. So they are admittedly an atypical pantheon, but hopefully we can push past that and recognize that the strengths of anything like this are that we can create our own material for them. We can do whatever we want with established canon. And the joy of the world, capital W of Scion, is that once a story is true, it has always been true. Curtin, what are you doing? It has always been true. So if in your game, a creation myth does arise from the Inkborn, like yes, they did create the world in this way, then they have always done that. That has always been true. You can see that there is, in fact, a creator right there. Just saying. I'm merely trying to provide the seed from which a story can grow. And if you like the Inkborn and use them in all of your games, or some of your games, hey, that's cool. If you don't like them, and you don't use them, that's fine as well. Hopefully the adventures will be written in such a way that you can swap out the Inkborn for your pantheon of choice, and there's no clashes, and that's cool. As long as I'm providing a means for you to entertain yourself and others, that's what matters to me. So, the Inkborn are still trying to find themselves. They don't have the same model as most Pantheons. And they are a Gestalt kind of worshipped Pantheon than anything else. Gave a rough order of seniority within the Inkborn, but it's very rough. So last time we created the Adventurer. We created the Creator. We defined, because I got bored of saying created, the Guardian. Might change some of these. And I believe we are now on the Hunger. Indeed we are. So, I really should have created a template for this. But there we go. So paragraph 1, oh right, aliases, and then paragraph 1 is kind of, right, core stories of the deity, their like essential personality traits, etc. Okay, so aliases. Tell me if the text is large enough. I've zoomed in to 150%, so it should be large enough for people to view on mobile. I could go conceivably to 175, but I don't want to go to, I guess, 200. I'd rather not go to 200 just because it makes it difficult for me to read. But if it helps you with reading, I will totally 100% do it. Where did that... There we go. Okay, so the Hunger, aliases, Sweeney... Sweeney? Nope. Sweenet. Sweeney Toot. There we go. Whoops, a daisy. That's the wrong window. Probably the Mouse King. If nothing else comes to mind. Ahab. Have I used Ahab? I feel like I didn't. I think I was potentially going to use Ahab and then change my mind. Yeah, I think I mentioned Ahab for the Adventurer. Anyway, thieves, killers, and masterminds. I don't know why I said it like that. Oh, right. Yeah. Dr. Jekyll. That's not... There we go. Sweeney Todd, Dr. Jekyll, and let's go with Dorian Gray. Villain, hero, villain. I don't need that open anymore, so let's go minimize the window so I can see chat again. The idea of moving my overlay around was so that I can appear like I'm looking at the camera when I'm typing more than anything. If the webcam's shaking too much, please do let me know. I do have a secondary keyboard, which I can put under the desk on my legs and type that way. It's just a lot slower. So I'm going to try and do it this way for now. But if it starts making you say nauseous, please do let me know. And as I've said, if you have, as it says here, if you have questions, there we go. If you have questions, please do feel free to ask. I will answer them if I can. If not, I'll try to direct you to someone or some resource that can, that will be able to. Right, so it's like 4 or 5 sentences. The Hunger. The one truth behind all life is that it desires, whether this is food, wealth, connections, or power. Hunger is born from this single primal need. It is not to say that hunger is a selfish deity, nor are they evil. Again, because this is more abstract literary archetypes than anything else. Entire pantheon of non-binary gods. Well, yeah, we'll use gods in non-binary. Is Scarred Lands like Medieval Scion? No, we're Trinity. So Scarred Lands uses the D&D 5e OGL rule set, and is a entire setting for it. It's similar, and like the gods demonstrably exist because they beat the stuffing out of the Titans. But it is not Medieval Scion. It is an updated version of an older campaign setting that came out for the D&D 3.5 OGL, and now works for 5e. But it is its own distinct game line. That is why the Scarred Lands has its own community content site as well, the Sluritian Vault. Whereas games like Scion and, say, Trinity use the Storypath Nexus, because they use the same dice rolling mechanics, whereas Scarred Lands does not. Scarred Lands is closer to Pugmire in terms of how the dice work, because they're both inspired by the same system. Let's not say the hunger is a selfish deity, nor are they evil. Also, welcome. They are simply aware of the innate... no worries, no worries. Capacity of all life to grasp for more. They are as likely to be their stories are as likely to describe them as hideous monsters consumed by power as tragic figures seeking to better themselves. Only thread that runs throughout them is the hunger's tendency is the wrong word. These are gods. They're defined by the stories. Inevitable self-destruction. Does it feel complete? Does not feel complete. Oh, I guess. More than anything, the hunger embodies ability to be reduced to the lowest station. And rise once more. So that's 7 lines. That's 4, that's 7.5. Obviously, I don't want these all the same length. Like the creators is kind of long. 3, 6, 9.5. And it's going to take me a smidge of time to get back into the flow of things. This feels too brief, though. Whilst many foe. As many of the Inkborn treat the hunger with a wary respect. Constantly seek. They constantly work to improve their reputation. Let's say change their reputation. From what language have I used so far? I don't want to repeat anything. From grasping miser, hint hint Scrooge, to let's say canny self-improvement. Oh gosh, what's the word? I guess life coach, in a way. Sure, why not? And then their incarnations. This is very. Why did I do this to myself? This is very, even for a pantheon of archetypes, this is incredibly abstract. Hunger's incarnations are more varied than perhaps any other member of the Inkborn. They can be found in all the strata of society. Encouraging people to reach for more, to push boundaries, and to never settle for what they have. It can be the CEOs of powerful corporations. Oops. Let's say aid workers. Teaching new skills to those who would otherwise never learn them. But equally also other vigilante stalking a neighborhood in the name of justice. Well, they're an incarnation. They probably won't do it themselves. Let's say, or leading a mob. Roaming, I guess. In the name of justice. So, yeah, Gaston. What else do I typically say in these? Ow, there's my desk every time. Perhaps unsurprisingly, perhaps surprisingly even. Hunger is more likely to issue the benefits of modern technology than any other member of the Pantheon, as they prefer to witness the effects of their actions in person. Okay, so there we go. And then their scions. Well, with a name like the Hunger, they're probably going to have many, many scions. The Hunger has more. Just want to check. Is likely to be chosen as born. Highest number of created. Didn't say anything there. Scions. Let's say has more publicly recognized scions. Than any other member of the Inkborn. And the vast majority are born to their divinity. As the Hunger, I guess, technically is grammatically accurate, but is terrible. For the pleasures of the flesh are well known among the Pantheons. Specifically Pantheons. Like, people are vaguely aware of the Hunger, and obviously large numbers of scions cropping up are going to draw attention. Scions are as varied as their parent and find themselves working in fields that allow them to encourage the dreams of others. Whether as lifestyle coaches, that should be fine as one word, I believe. Whether as lifestyle coaches, personal trainers, investment consultants, or or let's go with everything I'm thinking of now is covered by the other three. That's great. No, I'm going to buy myself time. I'm going to have a sip of my drink, and I'm going to think. I know what. I wouldn't be bloggers because they prefer to be in person, much like their parent. Ignore that. Or like, if not covered by the ones I've provided, are thematically very similar, like motivational speakers. Yeah, I suck at this. Why does anyone watch this? Let's say. So we've got lifestyle, fitness, money. I guess like lecturers. Let's put educators, because I can cover a wide variety of things, and I don't want to like. Obviously, it's a thing about ambition and desire. So pickup artists you could put here, but that whole thing, that whole kind of career path makes me uncomfortable, and I don't think it should be. Like, it's not ethical. Let's face it. But again, my opinion, obviously. But educators covers a wide range of subjects, so you can make of that what you will. Much like their parent, many of the Hunger Scions prefer to witness the effects of their action. Prefer to see the dominoes they have. Let's not use metaphor. see the end result in person. They are more likely to embrace modern technology in doing so. To do so, even. Wow, that is making that shake a lot. Let's try with this keyboard down here, and we'll see how far I can get. So I'm typing beneath my desk, so if I look down, it's because I'm trying to find the right key. Also, I'm going to be typing slower, although I'm lucky that I can touch type reasonably well, although like the keyboard isn't designed for this, it's obviously designed to be on the desk. But they are more likely to embrace modern technology to do so. What else do I say about scions, usually? Right. Also, like their parent, they are fond of the good life, preferring a comfortable evening in with good food, wine and company. Actively dealing with the troubles of the world. Unless, let's say, exceptions, such as, there it is. Nope, where's the typhon? It's a new keyboard, I'm still going to use how it feels. Let's celebrity obsessed scions. Let's say fame instead. Purely because that covers gaining celebrity rather than just celebrities themselves. Sorry. Scions of the Hunger do exist though. I hope the microphone's not picking up the keyboard too badly. I think it's quieter than the laptop keyboard, so there's that at least. Okay, and then we've got callings and purviews. Which is the... Where's the delete button? There it is. Please. There we go. That was weird. I cannot wait. Oh, whoops, no. Cannot wait to press the wrong button trying to delete things. Okay, so lover for definite for the hunger. What other callings are there? Again, I'm not creating callings or purviews. This is entirely Pantheon stuff. There we go. Okay, so leader probably, and then trickster, I think. Leader, lover, and trickster. The purviews are going to be the problem, but there we go. I'll get to that in a moment. Leader. Oops, a daisy. Well, I guess passion. Maybe chaos. Leader, lover, and trickster, and then purviews. Purviews are in hero. Apologies if you can hear my laptop fan. So I think I will plan the Pantheon, the PSP, but for now, that's a way off. Okay, so purviews. Artistry, no. Beasts, almost certainly not. Beauty, probably not. Chaos, I don't want to give too many the chaos purview. One. See, two of them already have chaos. And if I were to give it to another one, it probably would be the Stranger. So not Chaos. Unless I can't find anything else, obviously. Let's just click that. Darkness, maybe? Death, no. Maybe Death? Fertility is possible. I mean, Fortune and Prosperity seem kind of like gimmies based on the hook of the character. So, Fortune and Prosperity. So it's between 3 to 7, I think it is. Health Journeys, Moon. Ooh, sorry about that. Order, not really. Passion, definitely. So that would be here. Alphabetize me. It's hot. Seriously though, like good formatting is really pleasing to my eye. So the stars are about perspective and guidance and travel. I mean, I guess it could be like a symbolic journey from where you are to what you want to have. But it is all about the physical journey. I mean, war. I think war is a good one for a being of pure desire, like conquest and that kind of thing. What are the darkness boons? Maybe not. I think we'll go with war. For more of kind of the subjugation of one's enemies. I'll do another pass of the purviews, but I think 4 might be okay. Artistry, beasts, not really. Oh, actually. I think beasts. For like that primal hunger, that need to consume or to subjugate. As a symbolism thing rather than a literal thing. Maybe. It's beasts or fertility. For like bringing your plans to fruition, literally being able to grow food or deny others food. There is also frost of that kind of cold rationality about getting what you want, but that seems more like a fire thing to me, to be fair. Does anyone have frost? This window. Nope. 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 The Truth would also have the Frost purview, just because it's just like ice cold rational stuff. Let's go with Frost. Just for the more clinical side of things. So, callings: leader, lover, trickster. Leader because it's all about promoting other people to doing what they want to do, making good on their plans. Lover because, hey, who doesn't? Most people at some point in their lives will experience a desire for the pleasures of the flesh, let's say. And trickster because sometimes that's what you have to do to get what you want. Purviews: fortune and prosperity, just kind of good luck and wealth seem to make sense for a deity all about getting exactly what you want. Frost is being able to like calm your mind to focus on exactly what you want and plan how best to get that. Passion, the other side of it, the burning desire and drive to get what you want. And then war for the sometimes you just got to beat what you want out of people, I guess, depending on what it is that you want. Cool. Excellent. So that worked, I think. I'm happy with that. Are there any questions while I have a sip of my drink? If there are not, I shall move on to the innocent. Okay, the innocent. So, again, aliases. It's weird typing with a new keyboard. Not knowing where the keys are. Also, obviously, it's a bit of a different height and position than I'm used to typing at. But hopefully, if it doesn't induce motion sickness because of the constantly swaying webcam, because it's on top of my monitor, that's all good. Don't think I could put it in my ring light. There's nowhere to attach it. Okay, probably Alice from Alice's Adventures. At least to start with, anyway. Where's that list of kids, teens, and coming of age? There we go. Oh, hey, cool. Anyway, Huckleberry Finn. I mean, maybe. Mowgli and Oliver, definitely. So that's not how I spell that. Mowgli and Oliver Twist for definite. Let's have a non-child innocent. And yeah, I mean, I guess like Lenny from Mice and Men, but that brings into a whole lot of other things into question. So let's not. I mean, it's Christine Daae. And to some extent Raoul Viscount de Chagny. Oh, let's go Christine. There we go. There's an accent on the E, right? Daae. Oh, nope, German letters. There we go. I think there's an accent on the E. Yes, there is. Okay, so that's the alias is taken care of. Then the stories. Innocent rarely appears in their stories, in their own stories, as the driving principle. At least to start with. Hopefully the mic's not picking up the keys too loudly. I do apologise. Obviously the problem with not having any background music is picks up the keystrokes. I keep meaning to talk to Onyx Path to see about fixing that, because just listening to my voice and having long periods of silence isn't great. So I'm trying to fix that. Anyway, at least to start with, they are more likely to enter as in a supporting role. And finish the story as, if not the protagonist, a close friend / advisor. As such, they are happy not appearing in the limelight and prefer to remain in shadows of the other members of the Pantheon. When they do emerge, however, it is usually to teach a lesson or to reveal a hidden truth. And I'll try not to make that noise again. That probably sounded horrible. I am so sorry. And they frequently do so through art, through artistic expression. Or with a hidden moral. Many people who do not know the intricacy, that's not, there we go. This is of the innocent stories, vastly under, there's the desk again, vastly underestimate them. And nope, that's sort of right, but not quite. Hit the A, there we go. Frequently dismiss them as how to phrase this? Let's just say unimportant. That's not. Where did the innocent fit in the kind of rough structure? Oh no, it's in the principal members. There we go. I didn't actually put the innocent in here. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, so they're relatively powerful in terms of the Pantheon. Only to later realize the hidden strength possessed by the unassuming figure. I'm happy with that. That's what, 8 lines? 3, 6, no, 8 lines. Yeah, that's fine. So, incarnations. Many of the innocence incarnations can be found in jobs where they can ensure safety or development of children. They firmly believe that the best way to ensure a bountiful future for all is by instilling a positive compassionate outlook in the young. When this fails, they are not above using tricks or deceit to teach important lessons. These are always... this is always even. This is always a measure of last resort. As such, the innocent can be seen sorry, I did it again. I've got to stop doing that. Probably sounds horrible on the microphone. I don't want to say found again. It's just Q. I really struggle with Q is and on this keyboard right now. As such, the innocent frequently incarnates as nursery leaders, child psychiatrists, or authors of children's literature. I think that works. Yeah, I think that works. The desire to safeguard future by teaching the young does sometimes lead them to incarnate in less public guises. It can be found as librarians, artists, and something else. Librarians, artists, I guess like toy makers. Even better, developers of educational video games, because everyone likes edutainment. And developers of educational video games. In these roles, they are able to subvert the opinions and expectations of adults intent on teaching their children what the innocent views as incorrect. I guess it's lifestyles, I'd say. Arrogance of the gods. What can I say? The innocent scions are generally compassionate people, maintain an optimistic outlook that others frequently refer to as... I'll fix that, and then naive has the 2 dots above the eye. Fun fact, the dot above the eye is called a tittle. Don't ask me why. Apparently it is. Who maintain an optimistic outlook that others frequently refer to as naive. Whilst they are often found in similar fields to their parent, they are also likely to be found in positions where they can try to share their outlook with adults. As such, many scions of the innocent lead self-help groups. I guess run wellness blogs and operate pro bono as counsellors and therapists. Much like their parent, however, the scions do have a dark side and will not hesitate to unleash it if their message is not getting across. They would never willingly endanger someone's life, but they know all too well the lengths to which someone must go to teach a valuable lesson. That got a bit darker than I intended. I do apologise. Callings and purviews. There we go. Okay, so I've lost my cursor. There it is. Off the top of my head, leader. That's in capitals. Whoops. What else shall we go for? Oh, no, that's the wrong book. I feel like Judge. Yeah, Judge. And Trickster or Sage. I mean, Sage is more about academic stuff. I think Trickster. But this is the moral trickster, like a lot of Western mythology has the trickster being. Also, I've obviously been building towards that with the description. Okay, so purviews, almost certainly artistry and beauty. Beauty is less certain, but I'll put it for now, and then if something else occurs to me, I will 100% get rid of beauty. Oh, whoop, there we go. Curses are a tricksy thing, don't you know? Chaos? Not really. The trickster bit covers that. Darkness, death. Deception is more mind than chaos. In case you hadn't picked up, kind of viewing Kevin McAllister as an example of the innocent. And like, don't steal. Dexterity, stamina, strength, not really. Fertility, no. Fire, no. Forge, no. Fortune, probably not. But maybe. Again, it's kind of that same link as beauty. Frost, no. Do any of them have health yet? I don't think so. Oh wait, the Guardian does. Yes, the Guardian has health. And I could see the Stranger having health, maybe, or the Truth. Like, the Truth will help you heal for closure and things like that. Anyway, back to saying random nouns. Journeys, almost certainly not. The moon for revelation. Actually, quite maybe a good idea for the moon. Put the moon as a possible. Oh hell no, we're definitely having the moon. That's the wrong window. Typing in that would do no good. Moon. Damn it, moon. Anyone else remember moon? It's a solid meme. This is the kind of thing I say when I have, like, I'm desperately trying to keep this commentary going. I do apologize for the meme reference. Order, maybe. Passion, probably not. Prosperity, no. Sky, no. Against stars. I like the idea of stars. As a purview, it's just very similar to Journeys, and... Yeah, I don't think so. Also, maybe sun. Yeah, let's go with sun. Both the sun and the moon. Kind of happy with just 5 actually. So judge, about knowing what's right and wrong. Leader, about being able to lead people, to teach them, to show them what's right or wrong. Trickster, just entirely how you get that message across. Sometimes you've got to trick someone, especially in, say, Western mythological traditions. Artistry, just as an expression of innocence, really. The joy of creation. Beauty. Again, this is kind of a weird one, but the way kind of it works in my head is that a lot of times the innocent is in stories is kind of viewed as like the purity, the pure goal that we should all aspire to be. Deception ties with trickster. Sometimes you just have to trick someone to get them to learn the lesson. Moon is the kind of subtle intuition level revelation, and then the sun is the seeing through everything, kind of very much the blunt end of the hammer revelation. The hammer has a sharp end, but you get what I mean. So I think I'm happy with just those 5. I could go back and look for a 6th, but I don't like having too many. Like, is it the Guardian? Yeah, this is a lot. I mean, it's within the bounds. It is only 7, but it's just a lot of. It's a less focused deity, much like with the Adventurer, because they have to cover a lot of things. Okay, so that's still most of the side of A4. Okay, so the narrator. What did I say about the narrator in the principal member section? No story can exist in the vacuum. No story can be told without a narrator or a truth at its heart. Same thing again. Aliases. I really should have just put aliases, callings, and purviews in all through. And you know what? Let's do that right now. Callings. Whoops, no. Purviews. Control C. Control V. Repeat after me. Control C, Control V. Rhymes. I didn't realize it would. There we go. The narrator. Aliases for the narrator. So usually, obviously this is going to be someone who narrates their own story. Or who narrates the story of others. So let's scroll down through this list. Oh gosh, what's the I'm assuming Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster are public domain. The narrator for actually Frankenstein narrates most of the story. You've just got the framing narrative of him telling the story. Anyway, Scheherazade, or how you pronounce it. I'm just gonna copy it from here. I believe from 1001 Tales. Okay, there's one. Need 2 more. Quick check of chat, because I can't see chat when I've got this window open. Nope. Okay. I will continue to blather on into the void in the hopes that I'm entertained. Oh, right. Watson. James Watson. I guess technically Dr. James Watson. There we go. And... oh, John Watson, not James. How could I forget? Thank you for saving me, brain. That would have been foolish. Everyone would have laughed. It would have been a whole thing. I would have been embarrassed. I'm just trying to think. I mean, there's the Unnamed Journalist and War of the Worlds. Because I have used Frankenstein as Dr. Frankenstein as the creator, I believe. Yeah, so yeah, I've used Dr. Frankenstein as the creator, so I don't want to use him again if I can get away with it. Oh, Jonathan Harker. I believe Dracula's written from his point of view. Just check. I'm also assuming that he's in the public domain. Can't remember exactly, so moving on. Find someone else. The difficulty is finding narrators, I guess. A lot of these suggestions are like where the character is written about, not where they are describing their own life, so to speak. Can't remember. I think this works. I think, but I just need to confirm. Is this the short story I'm thinking of? Yes, it is. Cool. Excellent. Randolph Carter. So Shahrazada is there, and oops, Randolph Carter is there. Okay, what time is it? Okay, so about 20 minutes before I need to start thinking about the outro, because while technically I can overrun, I would very much like to try to stick to the time slot Onyx Path were kind enough to give me, rather than take advantage of their generosity. So I do try to stick, no matter how late the stream starts, unless it's something stupid like 20 minutes, in which case I do try to keep going past 4. I do try to stick to that 2 till 4 slot. Just because it feels like it's just good manners. Anyway, so writer is very rarely focus of their own story. More than even the innocent. That's weird. Let's get rid of that sentence starter entirely. They are more likely to be found in the background of the other stories. That's they're more likely to be telling the stories of others than they are of themselves, than they are their own. It is not to say they are a less visible member of the Pantheon, as all stories need to be told, and they are by definition a master storyteller. Stories involving will most often use them as a let's say near, let's not use absolute language, but near omniscient being, cogent of all the facts pertaining to the story they are telling. You know what it is? You could just correct it. If they are telling the story after the fact. Or they will be involved in the story, but will usually be recounting the exploits? No. Yeah, exploits. Exploits of others. Pause. Sip of drink. Some of the other pantheons question the narrator's place as a principal member of the Inkborn. But yeah, I've written myself into a corner here. Some of their members know all too well that the power of a story lies not just in what it is about, comma please, there we go, but in how the story is told. Unsurprisingly, sorry, I've got a fan on in here to keep this room, tolerable, because I can't have the window open because sometimes there are loud noises outside, which the microphone definitely picks up. But the downside of the fan is I've got these loose, short heads in my fringe, and it just blows them in my face constantly. It tickles the corners of my eye or my nose. So if I'm seemingly brushing stuff out of my face, that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying not to get... Also, that is 100% the wrong use of principle. Try not to get annoyed with it. I'm just trying to deal with it and move on. But I just wanted you to, know. Narrator frequently incarnates in positions where they can direct the narrative and tell the story they wish to. In not inconsiderable number of independent, that's not even anywhere close, filmmakers, marketing consultants, and I was gonna say journalists, but I feel like let's say and journalists don't have to tell the whole truth. Let's say sensational journalists, because it's about the story, not the truth. Very different things. I believe to have been incarnations of the narrator, but true to form, they simply smile and shrug. Maintaining that the story is more important than their part in it. Other fields the narrator frequently incarnates into include, let's move, what are the ways of controlling the narrative? Oh, like government policy, there we go. Let's just say policymakers. What else? What other field, like atypical fields, involve storytelling? Especially where the storyteller themselves is definitely not in the limelight. Administrators for online fora and organizers of let's say public lectures and events, whether based on established science or not. They are always the figure in the background. recording the story and thinking about how best to tell it the next time. Whilst this could engender a feeling of distrust between them and the rest of the Pantheon, who are all too aware of what would happen if they force the Pantheon to abandon them and leave them with no stories to tell. The scions fall into many of the same categories as their parent. But enjoy. I know I want N, but enjoy far fewer. Let's say far less freedom. Far less freedom than many of their. I'd say many of the scions. Having a direct link to a god of storytelling they are in a unique position to both be able to perceive the narratives surrounding them and to influence the narratives. Unfortunately, narrator calls upon them frequently to change the narrative and bring about the desired result. Whether this is the successful... Yeah, no, the microphone's picking that up too clearly. I'm sorry. Completion of a community redevelopment project. Narrator believes embodies the plucky underdog spirit we like to see succeed. That we like to see succeed. Or the destruction of a celebrity's career. For no other reason than a satisfying keyboard is not designed to be typed on at this angle. Cyclical symbolism in the meta narrative of their life. They are charged with enacting their parents' will. Again, pretty dark. Did not intend that. Do apologise. Where's my cursor gone? It's Trixie, and I've lost it again. There it is. So, callings. Feel like Creator, Sage, and Trickster. A lot of tricksters, but I guess that's the whole point of narratives, right? Moral lessons. What did I say? Creator, Sage, and Trickster. Purview, obviously, artistry. Let's say filmmaking or storytelling. You know what, let's insert. There we go. Filmmaking, storytelling, or writing. There we go. For that one, hopefully, obvious reasons. Okay. Oh, I guess I should specify. So where a how to phrase this? I can't remember how to. I can't think how to summarize this properly. Rather than just quoting the entire rulebook, which is not great to do. So where a purview or a boon, where a purview has a specific focus. So in this instance, like we'll say filmmaking, you may only use that purview in relation to that focus. So you could only use, say, artistry for filmmaking purposes. But it's limited in that regard. But it allows you to use to create a motif based on that chosen art form, which can use to work models with any purview. And so motifs are kind of like little narrative, the flair of how your divine, how your boons manifest, if you will. And then sorry, one sec. Marvels are flexible freeform powers, so they're not as defined or limited as boons. So you could use your filmmaking you could use your filmmaking purview basically, to perform a marvel from a different boon, from a different purview. Sorry, it's come up to the end of the stream. My brain is you've probably noticed I've slowed down slightly. Content creation is creatively draining, and also trying to keep the commentary going and to offer insight into my process while doing it is equally as draining. So I'm sorry about that. I do try to keep a certain level of energy throughout the stream, but hopefully you understand that it does drop off towards the 2 hour mark. It's why I would not want to do more than 2 hours of this stream. As much as I love doing this, the commentary combined with the content creations takes it out of me. Also, typically when I create content off stream, I take breaks to help my brain recharge. Anyway, okay, deception is possible. No, I like deception as a thematic thing. Like it's not about the truth, as I say. It's about the story, and sometimes a bit of deception makes the story better. Dexterity, strength, stamina, no. Fire, probably not. Forge, almost definitely not. Fortune is a possibility, but we do have 2 that have fortune already. Already as a purview, sorry. Could give them both order and chaos, but I don't want to repeat combinations per se. I also don't want to give another one passion, although obviously as these are narrative archetypes, then passion could apply to a lot of them. I'm also very aware that there are few elemental purviews, you know, like fire, frost, sky. I just actually. Like the weather ones make symbolic sense. I'm not sure they make actual mechanical sense. And that's the problem that I have with the elemental things. They make symbolic sense, but not actual mechanical sense. Stars might actually make sense in this instance. As kind of like the guiding of the narrative to the end point. Yeah, let's go with stars. Stars. That's 3. We need at least 1 more. A lot of these have chaos. Although, again, narrative figures, so that's probably to be expected. Artistry, deception, stars. Again, I could give them passion easily, but everything could have passion in this pantheon. So probably not. Actually, how many of them do have passion? No. 1. There we go. Problem solved. Now they can have passion. Because obviously a lot of storytelling is about evoking emotions. So that's 4. Could leave it at 4, or I could go for a 5th one. But journeys might make sense, actually. Yeah, let's go with journeys. So that would go here. Okay, so creator, by creating narratives. Sage, just knowing things to, use in the narratives. Trickster, narrative is a different thing to the truth. And then Purview is artistry, just the way that the Scion, the way that they present their narrative, essentially. Deception, again, it's not always about the truth. Journeys, a story usually involves geographical locations and moving between them. Same with stars, and also stars are obviously kind of like observers from far away, which a narrator can be. And then passion, because as I say, a lot of stories are about evoking emotions. So, we did 3 today, so we'll probably get 3 done next time. And then after that, I'll make the characters. The next time the stream happens, because it is fortnightly, will be the 4th of... Oh gosh, is it August? It is August. Jeez, how is it not the end of the year already? 2020 has been a long year. Good lord. Put the keyboard down. Yeah, so the next stream will be on the 4th of August. If you've come in towards the end and you want to see the beginning, if you are a subscriber to the channel, you have a week's exclusivity in which you can watch the beginning of this stream. If you are not a subscriber to the channel, you will have to wait a week, and then it will be available for viewing on the channel, and it will also be available for viewing on my YouTube channel, Comrade Bubbles, where it will be in a playlist with the other episode, the first episode where I did the Adventurer, the Creator, and the Guardian. If you have any questions about the kind of my thought process throughout any of this, please do feel free to reach out. I am on Twitter at Comrade Bubbles. I do stream on Twitch, Comrade Bubbles also, and I check the Onyx Path Discord reasonably often, where I believe my username is Comrade Bubbles. I'm always happy to answer any questions anyway. So again, if you want the link for the Monday meeting notes for project updates, Kickstarter news, that kind of thing, there's the link. The most pressing thing to know is that in about 3 hours' time, the Kickstarter for They Came From Beyond the Grave goes live. If you want to know more about that, please do check that link out. If you scroll down to the media section, I think it's the media section, there is actually a trailer for the Kickstarter. It is pretty cool. Definitely check it out. If you're hitting all for Scion stuff, scroll down to project notes and you'll project update or progress or whatever it's called. You will discover a new Scion book is in the works. No gods, no monsters, or no masters. And that Titanamaki's slowly getting there. It's now in layout. As I say, I'll be here in 2 weeks' time. And that's really it. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. There's no point in me doing this without you, so thank you for being here and supporting it. And I will see you all around. If you're interested about what else is on the channel, please do stick around for the post roll, where you'll get the marketing material as well as the schedule. I will be in the chat for 5 or so minutes anyway, just while the stream winds down, if you do want to post and if you do want to ask any questions. But until next time, see ya.